Can you see her? Someone's here. She's purring. She's purring. Yep, she's purring. There's my purring girl. There's my purring girl. Okay, so you may or may not remember that while I was making the fairy, I had another idea. I need another one. Ah. Things are hard when soulmate's on my lap. Okay, I think that's a good size. Yeah. Okay. Now, I think you can already see where I'm going just by how I placed them on the piece of paper. But yeah, it made me think of a butterfly, so I just need to figure out how to assemble it. And do I want beads for the body? Probably. Okay, it looks like I ran out of black wire, but I'll use this coppery brown. And for the body, I want to use this piece of book text, but I don't want, I want only the text part. I don't want that much white showing. Or, well, I guess it's not really white, but you know. And is that long enough? Yeah, I think it's long enough. If I do it that way, which side is better? And I am going to use a knitting needle to roll it onto, and a little bit of PPA. Right there. And at the end as well. Now before that sets up, I'm pull it off the needle and try to, nope, I'm too late. It's not going to straighten up, but that's okay because I can cut it. I need a little bit more glue. Okay, I'm going to cut it just a little bit on this end. And maybe, since I am cutting it, maybe I'll cut it in a shaped bottom. maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get my glue gun going and attach that. Actually, maybe I don't even need the glue. I don't think I do. Okay, hold on. Now my glue's making a mess and it's being wasted, so I'm going to deal with that. I need my tool here. How big does it need to be? Okay, so I'm kind of bending it, placing the head, and then bending it again, sort of looping it. And then doing that, and I'm going to try to pinch that onto the paper so that it it cut off. Well, I guess that's not gonna work. Okay, I'll just use a different piece for what I was trying to do there. Why does everything want to fight me? Oh man. Okay, so I pinched so that the paper and the wire and everything got crumpled up into a more of a ball. And I'm going to sink that inside the body. Something like that. And I think I'm going to cut that there. And I probably will need to use some hot glue after all. So I'm going to get that going. And I'm going to try to tuck that in so that it's not dangerous. Push it through if I can. Or maybe, yeah, maybe I'll put it on there. Twist. I don't actually know what I'm doing, I'm just trying to get some. Okay. And then try this curly Q thing without breaking it this time, hopefully. Okay, now that's a little bit dangerous, but it's not too bad. That can also be the hanger. Okay, so far I've got this. That should be good enough. Okay. Okay, now just gotta wait for the gun. And I think we might be ready. Okay, so first I'm going to put some glue on the inside there and poke that back on, and put some on this end as well. And pinch it. And get half the glue on my fingers instead of on where it needs to be. But I think that did good enough. Because it feels stronger. It doesn't feel like it's going to come loose anymore. And it's not like it's a heavy thing, so yeah, that'll do nicely. Okay, now put a dab right there and attach that. I think one petal is bigger than the other one, so might not look quite right, but I'm gonna go with it anyway. Dab right there. Maybe one right there too to help it stay in place because it wants to bend. Struggle with the strings. One more right there-ish. I think that one is okay without being attached a second place, but maybe I'd better do it anyway, just because. Just a little bit. Okay. And then and because I'm not fully happy with the way it looks just like that, maybe yeah, that's a little better. And then maybe not sure about those two. Nope, I don't think so. Okay, but I do like this, so right about there. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Ouch. And right about there. Okay, now maybe I can slice that in half and do something like that. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I'm gonna do it. That way it hides the ugly and enhances. Okay, so now I have a butterfly. Probably not the prettiest one ever, but there you go. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that it was pretty shocking that I was using cardboard. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that so far nothing I've done has been unexpected or whatever. But what I'm about to do, you're probably going to be very surprised. I'm about to paint all these pieces green. Now, you'll see why further on in the video. But based on just this, you probably can figure it out. You're smart. I'm sure you figured it out. But anyway, this is the last thing I'm doing before I stop for today, because this is going to need to dry anyway. So, okay, Soma, you don't want to lick this. You can sniff it, although I don't really recommend that either. Got some weird bits there. Okay, so anyway, I'm just going to cover these only on one side with this green. It's called Sap Green. It's by Winsor & Newton, and it's acrylic paint. So I'm going to do that and then let it dry overnight. Only one side, because this is only going to be a one-sided project. I'm not going to bother making the back look nice. Probably should, but I'm not going to. And Soma snitched my seat, so it's kind of hard to get this done. But anyway. Still got glue strings everywhere. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, see you tomorrow. Okay, batteries are about to die, but I'm going to assemble her. So, I just have these gold. These are very old. I've had these a long time. So, yeah. Okay, for the arms, I think I prefer them on top. Let me double check that. Yeah. Yep, prefer them on top. Okay. Okay, I'm going to bend that one over. And that side. I think that one's fine to stay that way. Okay, good. It's Monday, so you're probably hearing the dryer in the background. Because Monday is laundry day in this house. I think for the legs, I think I prefer them I can't decide which way I prefer. Yeah, I think I prefer them underneath. Probably doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I'm gonna do it that way anyway. Not gonna see them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The neck needs to be at the back too, I think. The batteries are lasting longer than I expected, unless they turned off and I didn't hear it. Okay. And I'm going to glue. It's basically the same thing as the little ones, except that it's giant in comparison. I'm not sure. I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so that needs to dry. I'm going to plug in the what you call it, the glue gun. Oops. Maybe I should have done that with the glue gun too. When the glue gun is ready, I'm gonna put her eyes on. I think I'm going to make a little nose. Having lighting issues again. And the corrugate is making it hard to draw directly on. Is that too big? I wonder if it's too big. Okay, so I drew a nose, and I'm going to glue it on there, and a couple of warts. They need to be green, but the glue gun is ready, so I'm going to put her eyes on. And even though it's probably easier to paint them before gluing it on, I'm going to glue it on right now because the glue is ready and I don't want to waste too much of it. think she'll have a wart. It's kind of big. Wart right there. And one on her nose, probably. Yep, right there. Help keep the nose up, too, probably. Actually, that might, yeah, that's good. Okay. I thought I had glued that on, but I guess I didn't. There. Okay, and since I'm doing dimensional stuff like that, I might as well give her some lips in a similar way. Well, that's kind of wasteful if I do them there. Okay, I think that's a good size. I want them black. I'll do more detail later. But for now, that's good. Oh, that stinks. That's good because, again, I don't want to waste the glue while it's ready. That was dumb. Okay, good. Now, I had, I'm going to put her aside for now. I had these chipboard pieces, and I have the pair in this size, but they're just a tad too small. Now, I have two of the right size. This is a perfect size, but I don't have the pair. I only have two of this, the same size. So, I mean this same foot. I guess that's the left. Anyway, so I'm trying to decide if I'm okay with this one being turned upside down, or if I just want to trace them and make my own. I think I'm going to trace them so that I can have those for another project. So, find a piece of black cardstock. And probably want to do it on the back side. So okay, these are kind of cool, and I will use them in a different project, but I just had another idea. I'm going to trace them again, but then I'm going to do something else with them. So hold on, because a witch's gonna make sure I have enough room. Okay, so I'll use something that hopefully you can see. Okay, so that's the basic shape, but I'm going to do something different to it. So there. And make that a little less wide, just a little bit, because the tracing kind of made it wider. Okay, let's see how that works out when it's cut and on the correct side. Okay, I am happy with that. I'm glad I did it. So I didn't cut them perfectly, but it's Halloween, it's a witch. What can I say? Okay, so I want to try to put some detail in there. I'm trying to decide on the color. I think I'm actually going to go with some purple instead of the silver that I was going to choose. So I kind of like the detail that's on what I traced, but I'm not sure. I think I'm scared to mess it up, but it's just paper, and I've still got my template, so if I mess it up, I can fix it. I can redo it. So let's see here. Oh wow, okay, you can barely see this. So this is not the right choice probably. But I'm going to continue on with this just so well, actually, maybe that's to my advantage if I don't see it quite right. Quite a lot, I mean. So maybe I'm just kind of trying to kind of mimic what I'm seeing here. Okay, and then a bunch of dots. Well, that's not too complicated. And yeah, I think it's subtle, but I think it's the right choice after all. So I'm going to do it. So just a bunch of dots now. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do this. I'll do the same thing to the other boot, and I'll be back. Okay, so the boots ended up looking like this, and I like it. So I'm gonna put them aside for a minute or two because I've got other stuff to do first. Okay, now I'm going to see if the Sharpie is close enough to the same color for her nose or not. Okay, I'm gonna say that no, I need to paint it. So I'm going to paint her nose, but before I paint her nose, I'm going to use a Q-tip and my forest green stays on to make those green instead of gold. Now, I don't know if it will actually stay green, Probably should have done that before putting them on there because it's making a mess all the way around, but that's okay. I don't know how much time it'll need to set up, but this way they don't stand out as much. I didn't have green ones, so I just used what I did have. Hopefully that'll be good enough. Hopefully it won't like just rub right off. Hopefully it will eventually dry. And if not, oh well. It's okay. I tried. Maybe I can cut pieces of cardboard and paint them and glue them on top of them if this doesn't work. So yeah, I'll paint her nose and her warts. I haven't decided if her warts are the same color or if they're going to be brown or what. But shoot, that wasn't very good, but it was unplugged, so that's okay. Anyway, I'll be back.